Hello, friends and artists. Welcome back to our art studio. And today we are going to work on making a dot, much like the book that we read about Vashti making her dot. And we're also going to talk about the artist Kandinsky that you should have seen on your choice board, who also worked by painting dots. And he made multiple dots that got bigger and bigger and bigger as they went. So I'm going to start, I have a square piece of paper, and I'm going to choose oil crayons today. If you don't have oil crayons at home, crayons will work just as well. You can do that as well. If you want to do this with colored pencil or marker, you can. That's up to you. We're going to be adding some paint, so if you're going to choose colored pencil or marker and you want to paint, or you have paint and want to paint, you may want to choose crayon instead. So I'm going to start right in the middle of my paper. I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to make a dot. I'm pressing a little hard. You don't have to press as hard with oil crayon as you do with regular crayon. If you're using regular crayon and press hard, it gets nice and dark and waxy, which is perfect for what we want to do today. I'm going to go around again, and I can just do this dot however I want to do it. I'm going to do orange next, and I'm going to make it as big as I want. This is looking a lot like that Kandinsky picture on your choice board. I'm going to do red again. I'm going to repeat that color red. That'll be really, really cool. Now I could do one more if I wanted to and go all the way out to the edge. I'm going to leave it like that for right now. And I think I've decided for this one, I am not going to paint this one in particular. I'm going to just add color. So I'm going to color these in. And for those of you, if you don't have paint at home, this would be a good option for you. If you are face-to-face in the studio, if you don't feel like painting, this would also be a good option for you. One thing you could do is change up the color. Just because I drew the next circle with the orange crayon doesn't mean I have to add color with the orange crayon. So I'm going to keep doing that all the way out to the edge until it's finished. If you want to add paint, I have another one right here. This one is crayon, not oil crayon, so you can see a little bit of the difference. Now I'm going to use a watercolor set. I'm going to get some water on my brush. I'll start with red. And because I pressed really hard with my crayon, you can see that waxy crayon is resisting the watercolor. That's called a watercolor resist. That's what we do in us artists that paint with watercolors. Wash your brush every time you change a color. That's important. And I'm going to go through and paint in between these circles. I'm going a little faster than you should go because I want you to have time to work. And then on that outside edge, I'm going to pick one more color. I may pick red again. I may repeat that red. Now, if you put a wet color next to a wet color, you'll see it mixes a little bit. So if you don't want that to happen, let things dry in between each color. So that is our project for the dot. So if you chose this, that means you're choosing to do one big dot of your own, much like Vashti and kind of like Vasily Kandinsky. So have fun. I cannot wait to see when you're done doing your dot. Make sure you post a picture for me.